So it's really confusing metaphor that's going to go through this today, but this is going to be a story of my working life. So there's lots of book references. Some of the chapters are parts of the stages of the book. So the exposition is like where I beginning of my career. So my career was in 2 secondary schools. I started work at Great Barrier High School in 2009, beginning my career. And no, that's the sort of one. 1995, I moved to Nottingham High School in 2009. And in that time, I touched English, history, drama, PhD, and music, because I can't read music. I was the head of Year 7 and 8, was a sixth form, UCAS coordinator, head of Key Stage 5 English, and even stage manager. So I did quite a few different things. And most of the job I absolutely loved, particularly loved being head of sixth form, loved working with students. There's just a few of them on that screen there, particularly memorable ones. And I probably missed myself doing this job until I retired, but a series of really crappy head teachers who made really awful decisions made me extremely stressed. And this, by last week, because my career was me most days. So structural pivots is where things changed. So I had a period of 3 years, pretty dreadful, starting with a divorce. Well, was my lovely dad, and then got breast cancer. So this forced me to make a big change in my life. And thank goodness I did. So I had a new start, slightly encouraged by the lovely Don who told me that I didn't need to be that history all the time. So I started English tutor. Most of that's just tutoring. I do a lot of tutoring at my own house. So you tutoring in my own house. I set up a website with the help of Scott, which offers now a lot of resources that hopefully are benefiting not just my students, but other students. They look at it. And the encouragement of Matt, I've now got a pretty limited social media profile, but there's writing tips every week. I publish revision tips every week. Exploded quotation, which is what students have to do in their exams, analyse quotations. There's one of those every week. And a monthly book tip. So hopefully that's going to be me a bit of a social profile. And I also offer UCAS support. So having been a UCAS coordinator, I had a sixth form and sixth form tutor for most of the second half of my career. I can help students prepare the university applications, make sure that they're saying the right things, make sure they're saying it well, and hopefully you get it as they want. So my approach to this is quite simple. I want to make sure all students' knowledge is consolidated, that they really understand what texts are, that they like them, they enjoy them, but I also want to give them structures, because most students find that they might have all this knowledge, but they've got absolutely no idea what to do with it. And a lot of them go into the exam and just have a total brain freeze. Like, I don't know what to write, and I don't know how to start it. And that's what I've really focused on, particularly with my GCSE students, is just giving them structure for every question so they know exactly what to do when they get to the exam, what the first stage is, how they're going to write the answer. So even if their knowledge is still, I know for some students, their knowledge is never going to be as good as others. If they've got structure, they've got something to write. But the result of that, hopefully, is confidence. And I know that's working, because the parents have told me to now, and clarity of thinking. So that's my approach. I hope that's what's making this interesting. And then there's a sort of subplot here, because I knew that most of my work was going to be done in the afternoon and the evenings, and I wanted to be able to do something during the day. And obviously I've got quite a lot of reading and marking experience. I've been a teacher for a long time. So I wanted to be able to help students, so I can help GCSE, A-level and degree students with proofreading their assessments, their coursework, their dissertations. I can help business owners. I will make sure templates, not promotional material. Adults, CVs, covering letters, people speak English as a second language to them. So there's lots of people helping lots of different types of writing. So the bullet points there are that if that's ever been something that you thought, you know someone who's thought those things, probably help them with writing. And I decided last summer to go for a second business name in English writer class. So I was doing some case studies with Joshua and he's credit on his website, and it doesn't look really great because it's English tutors. So I'm both. Less active action for that one, because obviously it's a little bit passive. You're just sitting in a loving chair thinking, I love it. So the writing and proofreading basically just trying to look for clarity in writing, and that's what's going to give you polish and credibility. So despite what academics might say, what lawyers might say, sorry, Aidan, clarity is all we really need in language. If a lot of people understand what you're saying, it's going to be successful. So that's my aim. So I'm the protagonist of this story, obviously, main character, and hopefully this is what makes me stand out from other tutor agencies. So I am really reliable. I'm not letting anyone down yet. I'm quite friendly to people. I've been really experienced. I've got 30 years of teaching experience, and from that I've got absolutely thousands of resources. So I can find the right resource, the right lesson for any student. I'm also quite adaptable. So if I think I'm going to be teaching someone article writing, and they come in and they say they want to do the ed, that's fine. I'm not menopausal enough not to be able to do that. And really focused as well. So a lot of tutors seem to be sort of focused, this is the curriculum I'm going to follow. It doesn't really matter that it's not leading them to a certain point. There's a lot of waffle in certainly in what we did in schools as well. Some of the things that we're being told to do in schools didn't necessarily lead to the end point they needed. So I'm really focused on exam success and confidence in getting there. And the right, and we go, yes, I am experienced as a writer. I can teach children how to write for loads of years, so I can do it myself. I'd love to write a novel, actually, I've got no ideas if anyone's got it in there now. I'm really efficient, so send me something to be proofread or written, it will be done quite quickly. So people who've got dissertations to be proofread, 2 days turnaround is probably all I need. So if we're actually a deadline, I'll be able to do that. I am very thorough. It's not necessarily a good thing in a good with me, but if you do mark, that's great. Give constructive feedback to people. These are ways you can improve your piece of work. And the ability to write different strategies. So hopefully that's what makes me good at what I'm doing. So the climax of the story, these blotted out pictures, but I feel like I try and take the instant here. These are from results days at school, but actually through a whole career and as a tutor, 100% exam success. I've never had anyone fail. So far, and I can't say 100% UCAS success as in school, because there were 1 or 2 who shouldn't have been going to university, but having done English Tutor Plus is 100% UCAS success as well. My students are happy, well, the parents are happy, so that's the climax of the story. So this is, I've done that really quickly, I'm really gabbling. I mean, any of my notes, I've lost them. So this is what I need from you. So supporting recommendations, obviously a good thing. But if you hear anyone saying my child is struggling in school, that's who I need to speak to. If they're saying they're not doing as well as they used to, and this is a pattern for quite a few students, always particularly, who probably zoomed through primary school, started secondary school really well, and then they had the wrong English teacher and suddenly they hate English. Yesterday I had a boy who's at a private school, was on a fantastic trajectory all the way through, was now had an English teacher who was so negative that his mum messaged me after the session and said he was elated after the session because he hadn't had any praise in years. Well, that's really tragic, isn't it? So often that's all it is. You just need to remind someone that they're good at something and suddenly they're better at it. If you hear anyone, this particularly in summer, saying they need to resit English or resit your classes for that, I need a class to get to college, so I need a certain grade, or I need a good grade to get to university, because these are all people out there. With the writing, anyone who hears saying, I hate writing, so if you just listen to Scott's 60 seconds and my follow-up to that, and you think, I don't want to do this, on my website, I've gone bothered. I really like writing, so I'm very happy to get them. They're stuck, like that writer's block, with that. If you need it to sound professional, I received an email from a parent last week who obviously wanted to try and sound more professional for you. So the email started with a line at the top that said, I can't remember the exact words, but basically, AI has made it sound more professional for you. It doesn't sound so professional when you send it on the email. I can make it sound more professional. If this is you, I know what I'm talking about, but I can't express it clearly. You are all experts in what you're doing. That doesn't mean that you want to actually write it down. John still talked to me about hating writing at school, so I liked it, so I can help you with that. And hopefully, if think as I do, and you'd rather not use AI. Obviously, Google doesn't want us to use AI very lightly now, but like ethically and morally, I couldn't use AI for that. I can write, my brain works, so why would I get someone else to do it for me? And I hope people think that way as well. So that is me. I went way too fast. So if I'm in, yes, totally.
So you'd like to write a novel.
I
The
was
question would be why? Do you want commercial success? Do you want to test yourself? Do you want a sense of achievement?
not with commercial success. Is definitely test myself. I feel like I've read loads of novels. I know what makes a good novel. I just can't think of good stories. I think they write about what you know. Sorry.
Which genre?
Yeah.
Which genre? Oh, it's I just like a good sort of family story, really. I just read a really fantastic one. I might have put on that book called Names, which is it's about a child is born into an abusive marriage, and the mother. There's three scenarios. In one scenario, she names it after the father and the father's grandfather. So that's it, and then you get 7 chapters about that trajectory. In another, she names him what her young daughter wants to call him, which is Bear, and you get 7 strings. His life is totally different. She's called Bear, and in another, it's her choice. And so there's 3 different versions. It's a bit like sliding doors. That's the sort of book I like. That sort of it's being clever, but it's also a really, really good read. Yeah. There we go. That would be me. Paul.
Similar subject, Rick, but had you thought about writing a book about English Writer Plus so that you could then spread your knowledge and help to students all over the UK?
No.
And then you not do it as a written book, you do it as an electronic book, so you have no publishing costs. You could then sell it on Kindle or Amazon or whatever, monetize it, and then you become a lot more well-known.
Didn't even know that was a possibility.
It's a great way to get exposure. And it's an evergreen product. It's a great way to.
What you can do, we've got a load of resources you've written already.
Yeah.
You could kind of almost like bundle them together to make a large part of the electronic book.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't probably have to do that much further work. But definitely work for you to
Into that.
Yeah, I'd wait for a year or so that we get it from other people. Do we all do that? Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we continue with the ideas. Can we talk to actually offer service within train AI? Bruce, how the business you can work now? Let's say for marketing or the website, for books and care, they use AI, right? So, but the difficulty is actually to train AI to give you the content the way you want. To sounds like you. I've thought about this.
I don't think I want to work with AI. I think, maybe that might work, but I'm really strong. AI always has its uses. I mean, the plant app I'm using at the moment is absolutely fantastic, but I don't want to use it for writing. I don't want it to replace my creativity.
And get that, just for this automation, day tasks, it's going to require the space for business to hire someone to do it. So that's why they use all the operation they need to do this.
It's still my fault with all technology knowledge. Yes, Paul.
Presumably listen to this and listen to
I have, yes.
We won't go through 7 records, but what would be, if I was the Bible, what would be the book and say, and then you go actually
I've got 2 favourite books. One's my official favourite book, and then there's my personal. First, I should go for the personal one. I'm on a desert island. I don't need to impress anyone with my friend clients, which I do love. But behind the scenes at the museum, and one like that one. Okay, so it's really our best reading experiences of mine. I just remember my first husband being away, and that's a big, isn't it? It's a lovely time, few days. My first husband was away. I had the house to myself, and I just remember reading this book and loving being on my own. It's a treasure, isn't it? No idea. Off the video. So I take that book because I really like that book. The luxury item. I probably need just tweezers actually. Any other question? Yes, like
Is there a film we look better than the book?
film was better than a book.
Yeah.
Really put me on the spot now. I might have to come back to you later. If I talk about it later, I'll put it on the
Yeah.
WhatsApp group. Yeah. I don't know. Do you think there's one?
I think Harry Potter better was film than the book.
No, I don't agree with you there. This is out too much.
Not many people do.
No.
My power share Paul.
But
My power share.
yeah. Yeah, the Green Mile, was that one?
I don't know.
Often the problem is somebody identified
Yeah.
and they'll never get to casting, right?
That good shit. Gray's better film than the book.
I mean, Tom Cruise's Jack Reacher.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Any more questions?
Thank you very much.
Very good.